Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. To the content, got them banned. If you don't like it, you want invited, bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clock in. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everybody, welcome to the hood table one more again. Thanks for tuning in. I seem like we've been live like 24/7 for the last week or so, but we do appreciate you guys every time you tune in and support us. Please make sure you hit the like button. Also, make sure you hit the share button and also subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed to the channel. And don't forget, we have a Facebook group called The Hood Table. So you can click on the join button on Facebook on the Hood Table group and answer a few of the housekeeping rules, agree to those, and then I can add you to the group. And hey, Candace, welcome back. Welcome back.
What's up, T? What's up, Tanya?
Oh, man, just trying to maintain. And we got a special guest tonight. So, special guest, please.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, T?
What's up? We got TNT in the house. What?
Right. If I turn my head a lot, y'all, just so y'all know, if I'm turning my head a lot, it's because I got the news on and I'm watching some live coverage on what's going on here right now. So I have it muted, but I'm just kind of watching a little bit.
Okay, no problem. Just to let the viewers know, as the title of the live says, we are interviewing somebody tonight. Well, it's not even really like an interview. We just kind of, chit-chatting about from her point of view, from T's point of view, of what's been going on in Minneapolis, up there in Minnesota, where she lives. So that's why we have her on tonight. So everybody show her some love at the hood table. Thank you very much. And again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, T, how close are you, or how far away are you from the main riot area, or is it just like city wide?
First of all, let me say thank you guys for inviting me. Thank you. Right now, it started off in South Minneapolis, and now it's pretty much spreading citywide, just like it's pretty much almost spread nationwide. It's throughout the U.S. But it's citywide. It's in my city. It's in the city I work in. It's in the city I used to live in. It's everywhere that I'm familiar with right about now. And it's a sight to see. I've only really seen the aftermath of the destructions because I haven't been out with the protest. I'm protesting in a different way by choice. I've been out and seeing the cleanups after it and how the neighborhood is still pulling together to clean up every mess every day and supply resources and things that people don't have. So that's the thing that keeps me coping with it, is knowing that even though this is going on, I'm hopeful that it will end at some point, and the community that's still here, they still work together to make sure things get done, because we still have to live here.
Yeah, and the people, I hear some feedback. Hello? Yeah, there's Candace?
Yes.
Okay, it's not from you. I hear some clicking from you, Candace, but not feedback. But from T, I hear a lot of feedback.
You hear feedback again from me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's loud.
What does it sound like?
Well, you know what? How about you go out and come back in?
Okay.
Exit out the broadcast and then come back in. Sometimes that helps.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight, but the feedback is
horrible.
It's horrible.
All
But
right. I'll reach out.
somebody in the chat, what's his name? One Universal Magic. You're gonna have to give me a real name because I don't know who One Universal Magic is. But they said that they had got restricted on Facebook for 7 days. They already know. Well, Facebook already knows that they're.
Government agent clown.
Oh, Tone. Oh, that's Tone. That's Tone. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Now I'm not doing nothing now.
What did you do, Tone?
Yeah, what happened?
How's that? Is that better?
I think. Yeah, that sounds a little
That's
better.
better.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's better. But Candace, you got that clicking noise again. That clicking noise. I don't know what that is, but it's bad. She's gonna back out and come back in. But
Okay.
hey, Silky Black, hey, Universal Magic. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Make sure you like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, what was we talking about, T?
We were talking about how is it city to city, I think, or from here? How's it being here in it?
Oh yeah, that's I want to listen to you. Did
Can
you
you hear? Well, it's back.
I was gonna mention to you. Can the people in the chat, can y'all hear some feedback? Let me know if y'all can hear the feedback. Because if it's not bothering y'all, then I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, if it's not bothering y'all, I'm not gonna worry about the feedback. But I was gonna ask you, T. I know when this first happened, when George was first killed by that cop, Officer Derrick, we kind of expected people to protest. We just didn't expect it to get so major, and not just in y'all city. We protested here. They tore up Targets and all kind of stuff last night here in Omaha. I didn't expect that. It started off peaceful, and then it just kind of turned. But I figured that there was going to be some protests and there was going to be some backlash because they wanted that officer arrested and charged. But then after he got charged, I'm thinking, are they trying to pacify y'all up there by charging him and then giving him third degree and not charging the other guy? Like, I think they really thought that you guys up there in Minneapolis were going to fall back and be like, oh, okay, they charged him.
I feel like, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? First and foremost. Spiritual, conspiracy theory, all of it. I think about all the different scenarios of what's at play here, right? Mm-hmm. But initially, when it happened, it was a shocker to everybody. And I definitely expected protests because we've seen them before here. Nothing ever to this magnitude, though. We've had cops killing our Black boys and Black kids here I've been here almost 15 years, and I've seen this pretty much ever since I've been here. And I didn't expect it to go the way it's going now. It's a lot of chatter and a lot of things going on that make you go, I wonder if what they said over here is really what's going on over there, and it's a cover up. It's like agenda pushing. It's a lot of things at play here, but still in all, I was angry at first. I was angry on so many different levels. I was angry at what happened to that man because it is a case of being fed up and being tired and not being heard, and you keep stomping over us. It's like y'all dangling stuff in front of us, and yeah, we wanted him arrested but charged rightfully just because he's a cop. He's a murderer still, and all four of them, so I get the anger, I get the rage, I get the feelings of being played with and toyed with for so long and just given the bare minimum and like, just give them a cookie, they'll shut up for now. No. And the people are like, no. But also, I do also know that the other side is at play too. The white supremacy side, the cops want to cover up stuff side, the judicial system trying to just make sure they give us enough just to be quiet, hush money. And I think there's both things at play. There are people out here that are just really like probably tearing up things like of our people. That are tired of tearing up things too. But I think the main initiation of this started from on the white supremacy side and the cop side. Honestly, from what I'm seeing, I have close friends here that their family members are in it, like publicly because they're activists here and they're well known in the communities, and they're out there protesting, not looting, but protesting peacefully, righteously, and they're seeing things that don't make sense and don't add up. And so when you're watching it on the TV, you're just like putting two and two together. It's a lot. And so like, and then going to see the scenes after, and you just wonder, okay, why'd they hit this place? And what did this place have to do with it? And when at first the rumors and the chatters was, we're not going to touch any Black-owned businesses. If you have Black-owned on your windows, we're not going to touch it. They won't touch it. Didn't happen. A few very well-known, lucrative Black businesses have been affected. Jobs have been lost. We're in the middle of a pandemic that we don't understand that right now. We got conspiracy about that even. You know, we're living in that. I work in the medical field. I'm a medical assistant. I work clinically. My clinic was destroyed in the process of this. So we're picking up the pieces, but it's just, there's so many different magnitudes of emotions and feelings from even from within our own community, where people are like, well, they need to do this because we're tired and F it up, and you know, we don't care, we're going to tear it down, burn the city down, we're going to rebuild. And at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm with that. I'm not a violent person, so if I protest or stand up, it's going to be in a peaceful way,
Right.
period, where I can be heard without all of that. I feel I can get my point across and be heard. On the other hand, I also feel like, did we stop and think about the other people that are out there in the midst of this, that are also standing with us, but can't defend for themselves? The babies that are just have, the newborns that are coming home from the hospital, the elderly who are sick, the surviving corona patients, the health disparity patients, the disabled people, you know, that depend on these inner city communities to help them get the things that they need. Their close clinic where they can walk to their clinic, the store they can walk to, or have someone walk there from if they don't have a car. It's just, we're already struggling because of the pandemic, and now this just makes it times 10. And for me, it's just like, we have the military here now, we have National Guard, our cities are flooded with police officers. Like, it's unreal. We have a curfew. I'm grown.
What time is the curfew?
8:00, and then tonight they closed down some of the major highways because they were in the highways protesting last night. And after the curfew, so the curfew went into effect yesterday. You know, everybody had to be in at 8:00 off the streets. If you're driving, you have to be coming to or from work or something like that, or being like one of the journalists or the news people.
So are they
was like, they said, fuck curfew. They were out there.
I'm going to back out because I just want to see if that'll solve the echoing, but I'll be right back. Y'all can talk. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so here I am trying to leave a birthday party today, and it's 7, and it's a little bit after 7, and we see helicopters flying above us. We're in a paint and sip birthday party, and one of the girls looked up and said, "Is that the military helicopter?" Like, this is so unreal here. I just can't say it enough. It's unreal. I feel like it's necessary to an extent, but to what extent do we give everything up and sacrifice and let everything that we have worked so hard to build burn to the ground in hopes of starting over and taking back our communities and making it all Black owned and this and that? I'm on the side of, I love my people. I stand for Black justice. I stand for justice, period, across the board. I think I hear what she was talking about now too. Or is that you?
You hear?
Yeah.
It's mine.
It's yours?
Now
it's yours?
Yeah, I'm back.
Crackling.
Yeah, I hear it. I heard it now. I heard like a crackling.
That crackling was from me.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm having issues.
I wonder if it's because I'm on my computer.
You know what? Try to come on your phone, T.
Okay.
I'm not on Chrome.
Why you not on Chrome, Candace?
Because for some reason I can't transfer over. Like, I don't know how. I'm telling you, I'm not all tech savvy like that. I just looked up that day. I don't know.
But you saw it the other day.
That was just that day. Hey.
Well, see how you don't hear the echo when I'm talking to you. That's why I think she had another window open, but I don't think that she realizes that she has
But
another.
see, there go that crackle though too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because
As
I was
soon
like,
as like I came back in, I just started hearing it crackle.
yeah, I
That's
can
why
hear
I
it.
kept. Now right now it ain't doing it,
Mm-hmm.
but at first it was like real bad too though. That's why I was
Yeah,
just like,
Chrome does work best. Here she comes. She coming back.
okay.
Okay, T.
All right, is that better?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. No echo. No echo. Eh.
It's better.
Yeah.
Like, yay.
Okay,
I'm like, yeah.
hold on. If I was logging off to go on my phone, I got a Facebook message of a video they're trying to send viral. So I'm gonna look at it real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Look at it. Tone, you want to get on the link? Candace, what you on there on? You I said, what you
Pink
on there?
lemonade. Pink lemonade.
T is for the people in the chat. Please come on in, hit the like button, hit the share button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Tone, do you want the link to join the live?
What's up, Tom?
We can get up to 6 people on here.
What's up, bro?
Yes, we can get up to 6 people here. But what do y'all think about them trying to say that George had underlining medical condition? Did y'all see that?
I said, I
Yeah,
was
you told
curious.
like.
Go ahead, Candace.
No, I'm just saying, like, come on now, really.
I'm gonna read exactly what it said for those of y'all who haven't saw it. What they are saying, the autopsy revealed no physical findings that support a diagnosis of traumatic asphyxia or strangulation. Mr. Floyd had underlying health conditions. I'm gonna mute you, Candace, real quick. Mr. Floyd had underlying health conditions, including coronary artery disease and hypertensive heart disease. The combined effects of Mr. Floyd being restrained by police has his underlying health conditions and any potential intoxicants in his system likely contributed to his death. So to me, don't that sound like they're trying to say that his health conditions, and they said any potential intoxicants. So were they trying to say he was on some drugs or he was drunk?
They were saying that he had some type of health condition that if he was in that position that he was in, I think, or something that made it worse and made it more likely for him to lose air to this. I'm not with that. I'm sorry.
I'm not either. What's up, Cedric? What's up, Antonio?
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Matter of fact, did anybody see the interview we did with the former Omaha police officer like 2 hours ago? Matter of fact, did anybody see the interview we did with the former? Y'all gotta turn down your background. But we did talk about we talked about a lot of things. So if anybody missed that interview, check that out later. We talked about a lot of things about police brutality, police is snitching on each other, the backlash they get. I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff on that interview. So if y'all can check that out later, have time, feel free. But what you watching, T? What's going on?
So there's I don't know if it's something that happened today or when it happened, but apparently somewhere in Baytown, a girl just got shot by a police officer.
Where?
In Baytown.
Is that up there?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't
Where's
know.
Baytown?
You talking about down here in the Southeast 8? Down here. I'm in Bryan, Texas. I'm on like an hour and a half north.
I'm looking at.
You talking about down here in Baytown, out in the H, Houston?
Yeah, there's a Baytown down here in Texas.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
New York.
That's in the H town, man.
It's not identified by state. I guess it's in New York.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it could be something. I think it may be one up there, but now when you say the Baytown, first thing came to mind was Southeast Houston.
You talking about now? I do see something on the news. It says Texas police officers shot a pregnant woman.
In Texas?
Really?
Yep, in Baytown, Texas. Her name is Pamela, and they said she kept yelling that she's pregnant.
But get this though, what's crazy is I watched the video.
Somebody got to pay for that.
The dude who's videoing it, sitting there in the car talking about how he popped her ass. But you just sat there and watched it. You did nothing. You didn't call anybody. You're just sitting there filming it. And this is the problem that I have. This is where my frustration lies. I love our people. Injustice is wrong on all sides. Never should a black man be treated the way George Floyd and all the rest of them were treated. You know what I mean? Never is that ever okay. And yes, the cops should pay. And the crime charges from the black side to the white side should match always. But my question has always been, and I'm going to stand firm, I don't care if I lose friends over this, I don't care. When are black lives going to matter to black people as much as it does to black people when it's taken by a white person? Because we don't help each other enough. We don't stand up for each other enough. I want to see this same energy the next time Lil Ray shoots Lil Tatiana, who was riding her bike down the street because of a gang war. I want to see this same energy when you have a fight over some drugs in the street and you pop your black brother and now his life is gone. Lives are affected either way. Murder is murder, wrong is wrong, and the charges should never be bigger on one side. The care should never be bigger on one side or the other. I understand why it is, because on the white people's side, because we've been oppressed by this for so long. We've been oppressing ourselves too at the same time by the choices that we choose to continue to make.
Yeah, that's true.
Continue to not teach people that are coming after us the way we should and pour into them and let them know there's a better way to help them try to see a different life so that they can be those stand-up citizens that can make it to make those systematical changes and those judicial changes in those offices. We are powerful people that we can do just that. But it sickens me because we get so sick and tired to the point where we tired of the white man oppressing us. When are we going to say, excuse my language, fuck the white man. Yes, take our shit back. Let's run these streets how we should, the right way. Build it up. Get your credit together. Get your finances together. Get educated. Buy yourself up.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing chatter about they want to take the property value down as part of the whole reason for messing up our own neighborhoods and communities. I didn't understand that at first. That's how it's always been from what I hear and what I've been seeing. When is it going to be? Why are we too scared to go into? They got Robbinsdale and all that. A lot. I was driving through there. I'm like, ain't nobody been over here? Ain't nobody been to where these cops live? Like to tear they cities down? If you must be violent and protest that way, why are we so strong when it comes to doing stuff like this in our own communities, tearing down people who poured into the community? They tore down this spot across the street from where I work called Just a Position. This spot has done a lot for the community, helped us get jobs, the young people. I mean, they have so many different things, resources. That's why I moved here, is for the resources and the support so I can get what I needed to get where I wanted to be in life for my kids, to set an example. But they have that here if you know how to tap into it and know how to use it to your benefit and your advantage. You know what I mean? So you burnt that down. You tore that up too. Places that feed us when we can't feed ourselves, help us pay bills when we can't pay them ourselves. You tore our places down. Gas stations that we go to, and if you ain't got a nickel, they let you go. You know what I mean? You ain't getting that over in the night in the white neighborhoods.
Hey, Kansas, can you hear me?
I can't hear none of y'all.
I can't hear Tanya or that other dude.
I forgot I'm on mute.
I was like, did I miss something?
Hold on. Okay, I had to mute T because we got some feedback. But what I was saying was I heard somebody had told me the other day that they have to drive Like if you don't have a car, you have to drive really, really, really far to go to a grocery store or go to a gas station or anything like that, because they're just destroying everything within the hood. And my thing is, I'm like, I'm not pro violence, but I understand. You know what I mean? I do understand. And T, there's some feedback. So I have to mute you. Is that you typing or something?
We should mute our mics when we're talking, because I think that's part of it, and I hear it too now.
Okay. So I'm gonna just go ahead. And I was just saying that they were saying that if you don't have a car and you have to drive like really, really far, because they're destroying all the properties, but in the stores. And Candace, even I was talking to her earlier, and one of her good friends, they store got burned down, and she wants me to contact her because she wants to come on the show. Not today, because this just happened yesterday, so it's really fresh and new, and they're dealing with, their store just got burned down. So like literally. And a lot of people who, like T said before, the black people, I don't understand why they burning down our own stuff, especially if they put like black owned, or it's a black owned establishment. Why are we burning down our own stuff? Now I can see people getting so upset with the police, and they at the police station, they trying to tear that bitch down. Hey, do what you do. But our own stores in the hood, our own grocery stores, laundromats, gas stations. Come on now. Why are we tearing up our own stuff? Like, for real, that part I don't understand. So, go ahead, T.
Yeah, I heard all of that chatter too, what you was talking about, the feedback when you were talking too. So I don't know if we should all mute our mics if we're not talking.
Well, it's still on yours, so I'm gonna ask you, T, to go out and come back in. So it sounds like a lot of crackling, even when we all muted from yours. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Is
that better? Is it better?
Mm-mm. It sounds like popcorn popping.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yep. So I'm gonna kick you out and then just come back in. Okay. Okay, what's up, Sam? Antonio, what's going on?
She might have to put on the headphones. I don't know.
Yeah,
what's good though? Hope all is well with everybody.
Yeah, I couldn't take that staticking. I was like, whoo.
Well, it's basically like if she put on some headphones, it'd be difficult. Like right now, my TV on, but y'all ain't gonna pick it up because I got it like
real low.
But yeah, because I'm sitting up here, I'm going between CNN and CNN, MS. What is it, babe? MSNBC.
And I'm going between. That might be the problem, because she did say she was watching the news. So the TV, it could have been the TV.
Well, you already know what it is with the TV joints. You know what I'm saying? Like come on, man. Sis, when we get to speak in real reality, I deal with the same thing on our meetings. It's always going to be some type of technical difficulties.
I know, always. And that's why I always ask people to bear with us, because this internet, these technical platforms that we use, they ain't always perfect. They ain't always perfect.
I mean, and I left them messages. The only reason to make a long story, I've left them messages on here and let's let you know. You know what I'm saying? That they put me in the Facebook joint because I had posted the video about the cat out here in Baltimore, and this cat had just posted it like less than an hour and before it started going viral, where the sister was, I guess, I don't know, people were saying that she was taunting the protesters and public pissing, and they were doing all kind of stupid shit or whatever. But anyway, she was talking to the little European cop. Mind you, he just trying to, you know how they do, just like, hey, ma'am, just go home. Well, she smacked him. I'm talking about she gave him a right hand like, bow. And then turned around and he looked at her. You know, this is the European cop, the white boy. Then she smacked him with the left hand. So then he just kind of like, real talk. Then he grabbed her arm, like kind of like, you know, come on, lady, don't do that. But coon ass nigga, he literally knocked the sister out. Like I'm talking about like it was the black cop that knocked the sister out. And when I say he knocked her out, I'm talking about he socked her, like he bust her shit open. Like,
so the white guy turned his cheek like Jesus did twice, and the black dude knocked her out.
Bless you, sister. Bless you.
Bless you, T.
Check this out on the real. I mean, because right now you already know when Facebook really once I get back on there by this time, man, they're gonna really be upset at me. They won't even let me send a message to them on why they block my shit. Because the message I put on there, I know they can see it because I already know the technology, how they know when you're typing something to send a message. So what I said, yeah, they're probably pissed off, but it is what it is, not my problem. I can give a rat's ass, like I said. Nigga's a coon. Okay, if the European is not trying to be aggressive with the lady, he's looking like, okay, I'm being on film. Look, she like, get off me. And then she smacked him again. He like this. Here come the brother. Like literally, he gave her, it wasn't no, what you doing? Another brother came out the crowd, took his shirt off, put it in his hand like, hey, bro, like, no, we about to go in. Nigga wants to act like he want to start, step back. Then all the other bicycle cops started surrounding the police, and the sister was just and the white dude, he just turned over, but then he just let her turn back on her back, and she was just laying there, trying to wake herself up. So the other cop was just standing like kind of over, but just trying to make sure that no other cops was coming around. Now, mind you, this is the European cat. Okay, this is the fucking problem I got. This is the problem that I have with this is the problem that I have, period, with anybody that's supposed to be a constable on patrol, especially us melanated. Okay, we could kill it. We could kill that noise about ain't no such thing as good cops, ain't no such thing as bad cops, ain't no da 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 da. I don't want to hear that. This man, now y'all already know. I'm talking about all four of us right now. You already know. If me and Brother Cedric just being brothers and melanated, if we would have socked the cop, we would be fucking dead. If you and Tanya, if you and Sister T would have smacked and did that to the cop, most likely you would have got maced or roughed up. This man literally restrained himself like, wait, like, whoa. Because they already know she was probably pissed. Sis, y'all know how y'all sisters do when y'all take it off on a brother. Get up off me. That's exactly what it was. I think that European cat kind of understood.
Because Antonio, he's so animated. He's like,
hey, man, y'all know how I am, man, because it's real. Because the Facebook won't let me, you know what I'm talking about? Like, man, like, sis, all you got to do, because you on my friends list, when you get a chance after this, go to my page. I even went on my wife's live link. I even used her Facebook page to expose them. I can't wait. Ooh, they just know. They're done. They are done.
You gotta write a letter to Mark. What's his name? Shucklefish?
No, my wife told me to be quiet because I said my wife told me to be quiet because I said some sadistic things that I don't want Karma to come back on. Real shit. Okay. And I'm not gonna. I mean, that's just how it is. Ty, you've been knowing me for a long time, and I don't have no. I'm serious and I'm real about mine, man. I'm not. This shit that's going on, it's sad. I know, and I ain't trying to cut the sister off up there. Hey, God bless you, because I know you up in the middle, because I got family up there that lives on that same block where the bullshit started, where the protesters was parking there and police gunning right. I mean, and they got issues, and they kind of like, but you see what I'm saying? So I know what it is. I got a couple partners up there that's front. I mean, they up there, they know what you're going through. So we down here I'm down here in Texas, so I can feel all this shit is going global. The flame has been started. It's not going out. It's not going to go out. It's not going to go out.
Especially when they're giving him third-degree murder charges, like T. How did you?
30 degrees with manslaughter. And a
Nobody's
$500
happy with that. That's why they still in their face. They're not. Nobody's taking that. Plus, it's been conspiracy about the person that they have under arrest. We haven't seen any video footage of this man personally, like arrest or lockup. Right? The pictures that they've shown, he doesn't look like the same dude that was kneeling in Floyd's chest. We've looked at it a number of times, and I'm just like, I'm not convinced myself. On top of that, a good friend of mine, her son was out protesting and caught a guy suspiciously coming out of the very first fight that was happening in South Minneapolis at the AutoZone. And he was walking behind them, talking to them, asking them questions. And the reason why is because they saw him coming out of there with a spray paint can in his hand. He had a hammer. He bust the window, spray painted the building, and set the fire. And they have been sharing that video. I helped make it. I saved it so I could keep sharing it because I knew it was going to take it down. And his mom is reaching out saying they keep taking it down every time she posts it.
Send it to me and I'll put it on YouTube. Because when Facebook, the media will take it down, but they can't take it off of our YouTube.
Okay.
That's the one reason why I love YouTube, because you can post stuff. If Mark Shuckle, whatever his name is, don't want that on Facebook, then they will take it down. But on YouTube, they cannot control our platforms. Now, we might not get approved for ads, on the video, and be able to make some change off some ads on the video, but we can keep the video up. So send it to Candace, and she'll send it to me. And I think Candace is coming back in now. Hey, Candace.
Okay. Something told me to save it too.
Yes, if you can get it again, send it to me, please.
How do I sound, you guys?
Candace, are you okay?
How do I sound? I'm nervous.
Sounds better,
I'm so nervous.
I think
Sis, you nervous?
I'm so nervous because I do not want to have to go back out. Because if I do, I'm going to bed.
It sounds a little better. Yeah. I don't hear that. I don't hear that clicking.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what that'd be about.
Girl, I don't know.
Technology is
Y'all know what it's about. Y'all know exactly what it's about.
Technology is not.
You're talking some real spit.
What's up, Cedric?
I'm just up here with my people. I'm just up here with my people. But I do got a question for y'all. All of y'all. Anybody can answer, or all of y'all. There's a small portion of me that thinks this was done on purpose to ignite things on a bigger scale. My brother down there in Houston, do you understand what I'm saying? Or but I mean that's
definitely
part of me thinks that it's on a bigger scale, and also got people in Minnesota, and I've been talking to them, and what we're seeing on TV is not necessarily the full. She's telling me that there's like gunfire,
right?
Like shootout, like for 2 hours at a time or longer. So
that's why I said the news ain't.
Let me tell you, I'm
inviting people from Minneapolis on the show. Go ahead, T.
I'm sitting in my kitchen. I live in Brooklyn Park. It's like one of the outer skirts of, not suburb, kind of like metro area, Twin Cities surrounding things. I've never heard gunshots over here. It's pretty quiet where I live. But yeah, because they were out here rioting too. But that's all I've been hearing tonight is gunshots. I've never heard them over here ever. And that's all I've been hearing, back and forth. Sirens, more than I've ever heard since I've been in Minnesota. Anywhere. So definitely, brother, there's some truth to that. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff going on. There's a lot of information that's been linked to this cop and Floyd, and I'm conspiracy theories, like I said earlier. So I definitely think that there's something bigger at play. I think the government is involved. I think that the government's involved. I think part of the judicial system, and I think all of it's involved. Yep. I do.
I mean, when I heard that they had a relationship where they worked together, then when I heard that the cop, the interview I did with the cop today, or former cop in Omaha, who used to work for the Omaha police, he said that Derek has been a police officer for, I think, 18, 19 years. and that he's had like 17 or 16 complaints. He has shot at someone. Some black guy came forward saying the dude tried to kill him back in the 08 or something. And so I'm like, all these infractions on this one particular cop. Then to find out that he has a relationship with I thought they both was bouncers, but I found out that Derek was a actual security guard, and George was a bouncer. So then that got me thinking, since Derek is an actual police officer and a security guard, did they have some kind of disagreement over maybe how to control the club, or did something get out of hand and they got into an argument? Because, even though George is a bouncer, if there's a police officer there, they have that authority over them. So I'm like, it's just too many connections. And then the little Asian dude being his brother-in-law. And now Derek's wife filed for divorce 2 days after he got arrested. I mean, it's just so much stuff that's just not adding up. Go ahead, Tonio.
Oh, I'm gonna get you for that, but it's only so many people can call me that, but you only one of them. You is only one of them besides my family and loved ones. That goes to show y'all that's respect for those that can say. But on the strip though, I'm with you though, sis. Hey, to be honest, nah, man, I look. This woman, someone said it as early as you said, it was all about the money. All of a sudden, and it might sound racist, but her and Chang Lee and Lu Ling and they related. and one is married to the European. Okay? Hold on. But the Asiatic brother from the ward, he from the third. My neighbor from the third. Real talk. I mean, right now, he real talk. He from the third. Live right next door to me down here to 979, an hour and a half north of Houston. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Something ain't right. And then for that man to have worked with that man for all them years, they didn't say 9 months. They didn't say 9 days. They didn't say 9 weeks. They didn't say 9 hours or 9 minutes or 9 seconds. They said 9 years. If you do the math, the way he was sitting on that man's neck, that was personal.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man, let me tell you something. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Most cats know me at the end of the day, no matter what nation I represent, they know exactly where I'm from. Born 3603 North 44th Ave. Raised on 6505 North 51st Court, Apartment F, the AKA Meyer Parks, known as Winter Greens. And everybody know my soul is 5311 North 34th and James Street. At the end of the day, that was personal.
It was personal. Because
was personal.
I don't know anybody that I've ever worked with for any amount of time. Now, everybody has a coworker that they just don't get along with. But for you to even have the opportunity to treat them like that, we wouldn't treat them like that, where we just want to kill them.
Even when I had back in my day pressing on cats like that, I didn't do them like that. Like if I know I got the upper hand on you and then I didn't bruise you up and made your spit turn red, I'm not gonna keep doing you. That's not cool.
Right. Beat them up, let them go.
But you on my neck for an additional, like you're on my neck, dude. You crushed. See, they keep, and then they said, "Oh, that's what I was going to answer your question too." So, make a long story short, I know you were saying how you feel about. What do you think about they saying that his pre-lying conditions? Bullshit. Okay, that's like them saying. That's like them saying, God forbid, they say if I was to pass, and the first thing they're going to say is, "Oh, he had COVID-19." because I'm a 32-year cancer survivor. I smoked cigarettes for over 20, 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Still ain't got no cancer. So at the end of the day, come on, man. Y'all know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was drunk. Oh, he had a little weed and I don't care what the brother was. When the man, what hurt my heart and made me cut it off and made me just go vicious with it is when I heard this man, because my mother been gone since 2007. For this man to cry out for his mother that has been, and that man knew that his mother was deceased. And you still do that?
Begging her from heaven to say a prayer, to put a prayer through. That's what he was doing.
It didn't work. That goes to show you that we cannot be playing around with people, period. There is no more excuses. I'm with Sister T with that. Hey, don't come on with that bullshit. Talking about, when little Ray Ray and them they do then when little Robert Charleston going to put his knee, but then we're going to use little Jim Bobby up the street, who was the actual one that did it, but we're going to lose little Willie, little Robert, whatever the hell his name is, to, make it seem like, but this man, look, man, this man literally, murder is murder, period. If it was not ordained, if the great God himself did not say, he'll tell you even in the scriptures, who was that he had ordained? He said, do not take spoils of anything. Go in and wipe everybody out.
Everything. Mm-hmm.
Everything. Dogs, cats, cattle, lamb, goat, sheep, roaches, women, men, children, everybody. But what did the king dumbass do? The nigga got horny. Man, all these sisters around here, boy. I didn't kill the general, the commander, the colonel. And that's his wife, and then, oh, no, nigga, that's me. Don't nobody touch them. Don't nobody defile them until I touch them. And guess what it was that took his kingdom down? The same one that he was lusting after the most. Her husband was loyal to the cause. And what did she do?
Mm-hmm.
She gutted him. Made him leak out his lifeline. Made him watch himself die. Mm-hmm. So on the end, what does that mean? That means that, man, dude, we cannot be playing. The devil is the devil, whether he is melanated or none. It don't matter. Some of our own people, we're going to have to chop their fucking heads off. Period. It has not up for discussion. I don't give a damn if you, from A to Z, you can be everything from an asshole to a zookeeper. But I can guarantee you, your shit's going to get disconnected physically, because of the fact that treason is the worst thing. Treason is on the same level as slander. That means that I trusted my life existence, my ecosystem. I treated in you to help me survive, and you betrayed it. So what by law, if you violate a person's human rights, not civil rights ain't shit. Civil is something that you are up under that local and all that bullshit and that statute code and ordinance bullshit.
Yeah.
But a human right is a divine right. All of us, every one of us on this thing right now, and all 8+ billion people around the planet, the most divine man allowed that male seed to plant that thought from his head, travel all the way down his spine, all the way through his scrotum, and then all the way into that woman's doggone uterus in her womb. That is divine rights. You have no right to take that. That's human rights. So that means that if you violate, even Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, if you violated my law, he said, if you are caught violating the European law, that's because you already violated mine. Meaning that you have violated the supreme laws from the creator himself. Mm-hmm. It's period. It has nothing to do with nothing else. Folks need to get off their damn high horse. We need to really start looking into self. I said it earlier on my video when y'all go to it. I said the most wickedest mind of the devil is Satan himself, the mind of Satan. Mm. Guess what? When I seen that, I've seen plenty. I've been harassed by my own back in North. I'm not going to even, I got family that's been died, that was choked out in the Redmonds. I'm not going to even go there. Point is that when there is a divine reason for things to happen, You got to understand the message in between. The Most High is trying to get, he's really, even in the midst of all this, he's giving us, the window is basically about closed. You see how it's going close to the middle of my face? That window is about right there. There's a little bit of nose left. It's basically there. So once he closes it, it ain't no more talking. It ain't, don't do none of that. I've told y'all over all this. Y'all, look, man, I've told y'all in all the scriptures. I've told y'all in all the messages that I done sent. I done told y'all in every nation of people has someone that can speak their language. We have been warned what was going to happen. Be ready. If you're not, and if you are ready, stay ready. And if you're not ready, get ready. Okay, what are we going to do? Everybody talking about this pandemic, right? And with this shit going on with George Floyd. What are we going to do when that man says that we think Hart is going to crack some shit? No, there's going to be a divine earthquake. Oh, we think magnitude 10 ain't shit. This man said he's gonna shake it like a crack. It's like you could pitch dice on somebody's man, folks. Man, let me tell you something. This man is not playing. Meaning that when he does that, it ain't gonna be no. Well, let's talk about it. Let's sit down and everybody calm down. This dude is this man. God is not playing. That's all I got to say. If he allows to die off.
Yep.
What do you think is going to happen to the next that do not do what they're supposed to do? Freedom is not free, meaning that everything, and I'm done. Everything that exists, every ecosystem that exists on this planet, in order for it to become who it is, it had to go through a process of pain, and pain can even lead to death. If you want something like they say, we was always taught, if you want something bad enough, you're going to put your mind to it to get it. One last thing. Remember this. You cannot beat this devil or these people at their own game when it comes to weapons. Why? We gave them one law on mathematics. There's 60,000 laws. There's 60,000 volumes of laws for every single thing that exists in life's eco-human system, period, in the universe. And it's all in our DNA, from the black man to the black woman. Okay? We gave them one law, and guess what they did? They mastered it. It's the law. Oh, my God. I think it's a law of emulation or something like that. Steel. They have mastered the art of steel. Who's the only people on the planet in the last 6,600 plus years have mastered the art of digging in the earth and bringing out minerals, which is steel and metal, and mastered it and creating massive weapons of destruction? Who?
Not us.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, you cannot beat them with their own game of weapons. We're so powerful and so spiritual to where we can all tune in. I'm talking about not just the Asia. I'm not just talking about us brothers. I'm talking about those that are Oriental. I'm talking about those of us that are so-called Mexicans, South American. If we all just tuned in, I'm talking about just num Reiki, all that. If we just tuned in and just got in vibe with one another, we can literally wipe the enemy out in a matter of hours.
Wow.
This is science. This is science. And I know I don't want to take too long. I'm sorry, y'all.
But
this is science, man. We got to get it together, man.
Go ahead, T.
But that's why it's so important for them to create division. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so important that their master plan is to make us all look bad and put us opinions against each other, so there's no unification for us to actually join as allies and learn how to educate ourselves enough. Like when I think about how much of what we get is from China, right? We basically live and base our life off of everything that they market and produce for us and make for us. Mm-hmm. But they want to keep making us as enemies because of how they make us seem like we slander them, we talk about them when they're the ones who are doing it. So it's like I asked God to turn in my spiritual eye on to the magnitude. And when I promise you, when I did that, when it all went down, I literally went to a dark place where I felt real heavy and I just couldn't pray. I've never been able to not pray. And I sat in there, all I could do was just sit in my prayer closet. But I've never been able to not pray. And it got so hard for me to the point I said, Lord, I need to know what I need to be doing right now because something ain't right. I feel it in my spirit. Something bigger is stirring. Something greater something is happening. I knew that like months ago. You could feel it when you're tapped in. You know, but like everything that's happening has a plan from God, a
Yeah.
plan from what the government is doing, a plan from what the white supremacists is doing, a plan from what the black community is doing. There's so many pieces to this puzzle that
Yep.
it's hard for us to figure it out in the natural on how to fight it. And right now we're reacting instead of sitting down to respond appropriately and seek God and ask him what he really wants us to do right now. We know we should be praying, but like if we so caught up in the natural, we can't see what's coming spiritually. We can't prepare for it.
That's true.
And no matter, it's like no matter what you're doing, like, and the problem is that there's so many different takes on what God is and who God is and why I won't go to God, why I don't believe in God. Okay, fine. What do you gain? What are you stand to lose just from trying it out, just to see? Because let me tell you something. Like I tell people, I don't judge people. I don't try to condone and push my beliefs off on anybody. I just live it for what I know it to be for me because of my own personal experiences. I'm not brainwashed by the Bible. I've read it. I've studied it for myself, and I continue to do that daily, no matter what, just so that I can know it for me. I don't trust what my pastor say, even though I know he's an upstanding man of God.
Mm-hmm.
And tapping into my own African culture, my roots, to know spiritually where that comes from and who am I as a black woman. You know what I mean? I have to know that, and then I have to know how to be smart enough to outsmart the people that's trying to outsmart us. But
Right.
we can't. It's not a one person thing. It's not a small group thing. I really strongly believe that if we all learn how to work together to do this, like he just said, we can overcome and overpower them. I just don't understand why we always target each other first. Why we always hurt
Because
one
it's
another
always
first.
the crabs in the bucket mentality. If we didn't have the crabs in the bucket mentality, and if I think she's having some technical difficulties, so she'll probably be back. But if we didn't have that crabs in the bucket mentality, and if we did all unify, I don't think he would have died. I really don't. Like Candace and I, we was all talking last night. And I understand some people is like, oh, well, if somebody would have jumped in, if somebody would have tried to stop the cops, it could have got worse. Somebody else could have got killed. But I think if we were all unified, T, can you hear us, T? I'm gonna kick her out. Oh, she kicked herself out. Okay, I think if we were all unified, and y'all can chime in on this if you want, but I think if we were all unified, I think everybody on that scene would have just bum rushed. Like bum rushed.
It
If
wouldn't even been up for. It wouldn't
if
even been
we
no
were
up. It
all
wouldn't even.
unified, but we're not all
Yeah.
unified, because if we were all unified,
No.
that wouldn't have happened. Ain't no way in hell all those people would have sat there and watched that man die and
Exactly.
just stand
And
there
so we've been talking
recording
about
it
this for long.
and just stand there recording it. That the FBI and the police, they got so many videos from the people who were there, from the behind the truck, the front of the truck, the side of the truck, the back of the truck. I mean, people was all over, screaming, yelling, crying, praying, begging, and recording. And if we were all unified, there's no way that man would have died. There's no way. Somebody would have said, hey, that's one of us. We know they wrong. Those officers over there ain't gonna help. Like I said, the officers can't kill everybody.
Right.
They ain't about to set it off like that. Not if you were bum rushing real quick. Even if you just knocked the cop off of the man that was on the ground with his knee on his neck. That's what you call unification. And I know some people are against that. Don't go up at the cops. You're basically setting yourself up to be killed. You're asking to be killed.
Yeah. Well, because you already know how I feel about it. Because
We have to sacrifice, and I believe sacrifice is a part of unification.
Sister been through it.
Sacrifice is a
Sister
part of
been through it.
You already know, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. And like I said, I've been taught by some of the best, even from some of those that are actual ex-agents and cops themselves. Every man has an address, including the homeless. No one is immune. Anybody can be touched. That does not give you the right to violate my human rights, my right to live, because you have a badge that states in your code, your ordinances, and your statutes that state for you to enforce something that is what you call the color of law, meaning that it's a fictitious level of the law. It's not the supreme law that governs the land. This shit that they're doing is out of line. They're going to pay. Period. It has nothing to do with. They're going to pay, and they're paying right now. What we don't see is what they're paying for. So then, when it starts to get to that level, see, if y'all go to my book earlier, real talk, I was on it for about an hour and 31 minutes straight, but no lie, I was going and back and forth and showing and taping on the different CNNs and MSNBC, right? When your governor of it was in Minnesota, right? It was like the old dusty European cat. He came on and he got to talking about the man said, no lie, y'all. The man said they even had the Native Americans coming on there begging, saying we need to stop destroying historic landmarks. Where the fuck was y'all at when they was killing our doggone ancestors up and down the doggone the mighty Mississippi? All up and down the Nile River. What we call the Nile over there, really the Nile over here is the Mississippi. Cahokia, Illinois, we got the miles. What about the Niagara Falls when the natives had told the government where the peoples was at hiding in the mountains and they went over there and slaughtered them? What about the doggone Valley of the Kings, which is originally the Grand Canyons, but they don't tell you that? What about all these national landmarks that they have been destroying all around the planet? Mm-hmm. Napoleon trying to blow off the nose of the fish. What about that? Y'all worry about some little bootleg piss ant statue, whatever the hell. I could respect that, but come on, man. What did they do when they was up there running and spraying big ass fire hoses in the middle of 10 below weather, wet water on when y'all in the middle of the dog? Y'all sitting up in the middle of a pipeline that they trying to set up that runs all the way down here. From the sand hills of the Dakota all the way straight through fucking damn Texas to Laredo damn near. Really? What y'all want us to quail the violence? Y'all don't do this. Don't say that. You're destroying, man, bullshit. That is garbage. That is 100% garbage. They have been destroying our people's landmarks for centuries. They've been buck breaking, back breaking, killing, sodomizing, giving smallpox, every fucking damn thing, everything, and yet and still, you want us to be cool, calm, and collective. I respect, don't burn and incinerate our own shit, no doubt. But where that man fucked up at is where he said only one black business. See, I read between the lines. Now you begging and pleading. It's the same way as I said earlier. It's the same way as the devil standing behind you and y'all both in front of a glass house that has a reflection. And he turns around and throws the brick and you knowing like this brick is about to tear this, that it's going to break everything down. And then you turn around and ask him, why you do that? I didn't do that. That nigga did that. He did that. That's what the devil's going to do. He's going to throw it and put it behind his back. It's the same level, man. It's the same level of bullshit. Not only is these people want to play games, even your scriptures teach you if you are deep and heavy in your scriptures, if you are whatever, I don't care what you are. Point is, it tells you that even in the end, folks are going to say it was the devil, it was Satan, and he's going to tell you, no, I didn't do shit. I just presented to you what was already promised to you. No, the devil did it. No, nigga, I ain't did shit. I'm gonna accept my punishment. I did my job. I was created to create chaos and mischief. I did what I was supposed to do. So God's gonna grant me exactly what it was in my reward for doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. So if it's eternal damnation, so be it. But I didn't tell your dumb ass to jump on the back of the bus. You decided to do it. That is the problem. Jack of unity. We need, man, come on, man. Every brother and sister that I see now, even if they're looking at me all stupid and stank eyed, oh man, I don't care. How you doing? You all right? You okay? Oh, yeah, I'm okay. Scary. Hey, you can be scared. You okay. Take care of yourself, protect yourself. Period. I don't care who you are. Even some Europeans that I know, I can sense a spirit on somebody. If some of these Europeans or Caucasians or whatever, even down here in College Station, no bullshit, man. When I say that these people are like, ooh, they're walking on eggshells.
Ooh, I bet.
I believe it.
I bet.
It's crazy all over the
And
place.
it's not even that many of us down here, but the point is that because Bryan, Texas is only just like literally about a half a mile, about 3-4 miles up the street on the main street. The point is that why start something, but then want us to have what you call the man. And another thing, the man said have a righteous way of protesting. So you want us to be praying and say, "Oh Lord, please don't let these police and please let the governor of Minnesota and them down. Oh God, please, fuck that. You're not going to get nothing done sitting up here trying to be peaceful when you brought me hell. You are not going to run up in my home and violate me and expect to not get violated."
Yeah, Sad want to say something. Go ahead, Sad.
What you do, big brother?
What I want to know, and it's probably rhetorical, but I've been hearing a lot of people say what they're doing in Minnesota. You're tearing up your own city, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to solve anything. But what I want to know is why are those same people not questioning themselves or out loud? Racism started this. Whether this is conspiracy or not, this is what America created, dating back to Christopher Columbus, the forefathers, the founding fathers, et cetera, et cetera. This is what y'all created. And now this is the result of it, regardless of what they're doing in Minnesota. But no one's talking about that. Years of racism and misogynism and fascism and all that. This is what's brought this on, and no one's talking about that. And real quick, Tanya, do you have any alerts? Because like I'm watching my phone and I keep seeing these updates from like KETV and other things in Omaha. Is it getting rough out there?
Yes, it started yesterday. My son came home. He told me so many stories because my son was out with his friends last night, and it was peaceful all day, and then at night,
man, come on,
it got crazy on 72nd and 3rd Street.
Man, we was wrecking the cops back then. You can't do it now. These motherfuckers kill you.
Candace, go ahead. You on mute.
Oh, my cousin's wife. I thought you had muted me. See, as I'm saying, I'm always not, just always something. But look, my cousin's wife, she had called me earlier. She said that her son and them, they was down there protesting on Dodge Cedric, and I guess like they was throwing the pepper spray, all of that tonight. So, and then I'm seeing them on the news down there.
I've seen some of that.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
I think T want to say something. Go ahead, T.
To touch on your question about the racism starting this, definitely. I don't think people have touched on it, maybe not on this line because we talk about everything else, but because we don't, it's like we're to the point where we don't need to talk about it because we know where it stems from. And right now, like there's been so much, the day that we had to leave our job because they were starting the riots on my side of town, one of my coworkers said that the KKK was on their way up here. And I just blew it off like, yeah. But now there's been reports of them breaking into a gun store. Like when all of this started happening, it was a lot of talk about the supremacists doing a lot of the fires and the torching and opening up stuff just so that we can go in and loot and take. Because they know us, most of us Black people, especially those who are hard and having hard times, which we are because of this pandemic right now, when they see an open opportunity, they're going to take it. Yeah. Half of us are tired and reacting because of the racism and all, and the other half is because they're desperate and see an opportunity, so they're taking it. And the other percentage, and I did the math wrong, but they're just like whatever. Yeah, they with it. They go on both sides. So
well, you know what? I heard
the racism.
Oh, go ahead.
No, racism is there.
Go ahead.
The racism is there, but there's a lot of other stuff that plays a part in there's videos that I want to send you to that there's talking about the whole conspiracy of this cop and spiritually how it ties in and how it's trying to divide us. The only way it started with racism, but it can only end with love, unity, and working together. Like, seriously, it's racism started it, but there's so many people over here who are above racism. Me, I love our people. I love the skin that I'm in. I love my brothers. I support us, as a people. But that doesn't mean that I don't see and love other people too.
Right.
And I can embrace them and help them and be there just as I love my own brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it all has to end with divine love and care as a human being for each other. Mm-hmm. And until we get to that point, we're never going to get there. Period. I just don't feel like unless we learn how to do that, we're not going to break that barrier down. Period.
Yeah, and that's just like the expression Black Lives Matter. Some Caucasians think that we just all about black. It don't mean that. It don't mean that. That Black Lives Matter is a different statement or outlook versus the white Caucasian people who are just all about white. Like is white this white supremacist. We don't have the Black Lives Matter. They try to say it's the same as white supremacists. No, it's not. No, it's not. White supremacists, they get out here and they pretend like they like us. And in the background, they wearing these white sheet, bed sheets on them, and then they talking stuff and calling us the N-word behind our back. Black Lives Matter just means we matter. We care about us, and we know that what certain things are going on in our community, from the racism to the police brutality and all that, we matter. But that don't mean we don't love y'all white people. We don't love y'all Mexicans, Asians, Latinos, Spanish. That don't mean that we don't love y'all as well. It just means that we want people to acknowledge that we matter. And what I was going to ask you, T, earlier was, did you happen to get a chance to get out there before all this got crazy to protest, or were you able to get on the, or did it just explode? And
it literally was like a calm before the storm, right? Mm-hmm. The day that it happened, when my pastor was over there, and the people from my church, some of them, I was at work when I first saw them out there protesting. And then it was just like, there was this calm after that peaceful protest that they had right off 38th of Chicago. That was fine. And I've heard rumors that the police even kicked off the actual riot because they started macing and gassing people who were peacefully protesting. Mm-hmm. And they kicked it off because of that. I didn't get a chance to get out and protest. My protest has been like all on Facebook for the most part, and social media. I haven't been able to get out there. But I did get out there, like when everything happened, we had to pack up and run. But I did get to get out there and help clean up some of the mess and help spread some love and network with how we can help the people who are suffering as a result of this right now. Even though we're all suffering to some extent, like I just came off a 2-week furlough. I worked 2 days last week, and I have another week of furlough off week after next because of the pandemic. I'm fine. God is good. He provides. I have no issues. I'm not, struggling like that because God is providing. However, now I don't really know when my job's going to be available. So
and that's what I was going to ask you.
I'm not worried. But
now, what exactly happened to you? What exactly happened?
So my job. So I work on North Minneapolis, and my job was the second area that got hit after the initial one on South. So they tore up South Minneapolis. It's been like pretty much destroyed and burnt down to the ground. It's way, 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 way worse than what's over here where I'm at. So, and I started off on that side. I kind of grew up in Minnesota when I moved here on the south side of Minneapolis. And I have family over there, like extended family. The whole strip where I work, there's a U.S. bank. My clinic's in the middle. We have a beauty supply store right next to it, and then an Asian restaurant. And then you have McDonald's, Foot Locker, stuff further down. The Thursday before it happened, we knew it was happening because I get to work. I'm an opener, so I get there early, and there's like some weird stuff going on in the back. It just felt real calm, but you see like little pieces of trash, and you're like, what happened over here? But basically, it was starting off that morning. So we get into the building, and one of the doctors comes in hysterical because there's some stuff going down with the police down the street at McDonald's. They were tearing up McDonald's and Foot Locker. So then they closed us down, told us to go home and wait for a further word for Friday. Well, Thursday night, it went down. Initially, it was no, they was getting all the other stuff around us. They got the bank on the side of us. They got the beauty supply store. They got everything else, and our clinic hadn't been touched. Later on that night, they came back and torched the clinic. Tried to set it afire, took all of our computers. It was flooded because of the beauty supply store next door. Tried to set it afire, and the sprinkler system came on, and everything's like in the back. I thought a pipe busted because there was so much water back there. And you got us people. It was this girl running around naked from the waist down with hair in her hands, like bundles of hair from the beauty supply store that she took. And it was just like a sad thing to see the morning after. Like I saw footage the night of, and I literally cried. Not because I knew I wasn't gonna have a job, but because I knew there's people at my job who depend on that job to care for their kids, their family, their mothers, their fathers. You know, they do. But when I saw how our people were responding, even the next morning, early in the morning, it's sad. And we had to leave. I couldn't even see all the damage because we had to leave because it was kicking off some more stuff. And it wasn't safe for us to be there. But it's just been all around sad. And my heart has been really heavy throughout this whole process. And so I'm trying to be a positive light as much as I can, you know, even though I'm in my modes of not dealing with it the best way I have should be. Mm-hmm. But it's just a real sad thing to see. It's real sad.
I get it because it's like I had read somebody's Facebook post. They said they had just talked to their cousin in Minneapolis, and she said that her family is okay, but the protesters burned down the grocery stores and the pharmacies, which makes her have to go look for someone else to buy groceries and formula for her grandchildren. So again, I'm like, I get why people are rioting, but the avenues that certain people are taking to riot don't make sense to me. Like the same people who are rioting grocery stores and pharmacies might need to get some groceries and some medication. So it don't make no sense to me. And then the black communities, how you just burn and tear down the black communities, like I don't get that part. But again, I do understand the writing. I understand that people are like, okay, they won't listen to us. Every time a cop gets charged, he gets off. Every time, you know, people just keep dying and dying and dying and dying at the hands of police. So I get that people are outraged and they have no other outlet. Like we can talk, we can Facebook, we can YouTube, we can go on the news, we can do interviews, but it seems like it's not helping. And we can pray, and it seems like we can help it. So I understand when people go get violent and riot, but the avenues that they take to riot, that I don't understand. Like black folks, why y'all tearing up our own stuff?
Like that's the part I don't understand either, Tanya. I work, like I said, in the clinic, and it's the first of the month coming up. People depending on their first of the month checks. They burn down banks. A lot of people that in my job, they're addicts, they're drug seekers, they're on chronic pain meds, have chronic health conditions, and we help advocate with their insurances and help advocate other avenues to get them what they need. And it gets really, really, really busy around the first of the month. Mm-hmm. Because insurances change, they want their meds, they want their money, and it's just busy. There is a Cub and a Walgreens in the North Minneapolis area that people go to for groceries, whatever they need, essentials and medications, right? A big population of our clinic uses those two pharmacies in Minneapolis. They're done. They're done. They're done. Everything that the places that I've seen packed out for food, like the chicken and Hooks Chicken and Fish, the Yan-Yans, the burger joint across the street, the Boost Mobile. It's just like, are you kidding me? These are the same people, but when I think about the other conspiracy of it not being all us either.
Yeah, because like, I heard there was almost more white people out there looting.
Everybody who got caught and arrested last night for looting was not from Minnesota. Uh-huh. So they put us on alarm because now that they can't get to the business districts because they've got the stuff closed off and highways shut down, they're coming into people's homes now. They're doing invasions. Like they want us to like prepare our homes and douse our homes and things just because if they had a fire, it's when I tell you it's a new level of alarm. Like I've never dealt with anxiety or depression to that extent. I've had moments of feeling depressed, but I've never felt like I've been in the deep. with all of this stuff going on, personal stuff going on in your life, you got COVID running around. Now we have racism who's always been running around, and now it's escalated, and now it's spreading like a wildfire throughout the country. And it's just a really hard thing to watch. And so, like, for me, my coping is trying to make sure I can be of service.
Well,
so
what is
the thing that I've seen?
Doing? What is your job doing? Because I know your job. Since they attacked your job, like, is your job? Do they have something set up where you guys still get paid, or until this all get worked out, or
I really can't say I know the answer to that question, but I do know they were generous enough to pay us for Thursday and Friday, and hopefully Monday. And they're supposed to be working together throughout the weekend and the week to find out what's the contingency plan. But we were already in furloughs. We were rotating furloughs because of COVID. And like I said, we were unemployment for that. Some of us can get it, some of us can't. But now we were supposed to move into a new clinic further down on Broadway in January. And now our clinic that we currently function in is not of use. Some of us work from home, some of us can't work from home. So it's just like you have the option to work at other clinics, but who's to say that's convenient for you? Are you able to, especially with the current situation being the way it is now? Mm-hmm. So I really don't know. I'm hoping and praying that they can really come up with a good solution to it. But like I said, right now for me, I'm just trying to cope and help where I can help. I'll sacrifice what I have. I'll share what I have. I'll get out and help clean up. If I'm not out there protesting, this is my protest. I'll talk about it on Facebook. I'll share what I learned. I'll share what I see. And I'll just try to be available to be of service and help, because that's the only thing I know how to do. And always pray, of course.
Yes.
But it's hard.
I know.
It's definitely, it's hard.
It's a lot. I can't imagine. I know we got the small protests here, but the way it is there and in Texas and Cali, and I mean, it's Omaha's a small town, so, but to us, it's like, oh, these people, they cutting up. But, compared to the bigger places, I can't imagine. And you just don't know what's going to happen the next day. And that's why I'm like, people out here who are protesting, rioting, there are certain places that you don't touch. There's certain places
with common sense.
You don't touch hospitals. You don't touch clinics. I mean, it's just certain
libraries,
schools. Don't touch. Schools.
We fought and advocated to get our kids in certain schools and get them the education that we're not even willing to give to them ourselves in our own homes. But you want to burn down those too.
Right. Your kid gotta go.
The very churches that you go to ask for money when you need help paying your rent or whatever the case may be, when you're running off the street from bullets flying, they're there for you, and you're burning them down and their businesses down. I get it. I keep saying I get it, but there's just things that I just don't understand. I'm just like, okay, Lord, I trust your plan, because obviously if you're allowing this to happen, there must be something else bigger at play. So since I know that, let me get back where I need to be spiritually, so that I can be ready and so that I can be prepared and I can be alert to know, so I don't miss out on an opportunity to make something different or help, whatever the case may be. But
exactly. And it's Sad, did you have something you wanted to say, Sad? I think I saw you. Cedric?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of touched on it last night and a little bit today. Like I said, I understand where they're coming from, but what I want to know, and this is probably coming from my violent days, but why? And I know they showed up at the dude's house, the Chauvin and whatever not, but why are we not attacking the things that truly matter? Like you said, like if that was me, if Floyd was my brother, I can tell you right now, Chauvin will probably not be around. We will find a way to get to him. There are ways to get to him, even with the police there. Now, hopefully, don't nobody see these comments and then the police knock on my door. But I'm just saying, when can we start attacking the things that really matter?
That's all I'm saying.
Go to the police officers that was there. I can
tear up the wrong stuff.
I'm gonna be quiet, but you understand. I'm gonna be quiet, but you understand what I'm saying? Why are we not doing the thing, placing our anger where it should be, if we're going to take this route?
What do they call it? Displaced anger?
That's exactly what I said, y'all. I'm just like, I'm so flabbergasted at all the different countless times that I've been at work and I've heard bullets flying outside the clinic and we have to shelter in place because there's bullets and gang shots and they shooting girls down the street, like so much violence just outside of COVID and everything else. Where y'all at now? When y'all want to uprise because one of them killed one of us and y'all do this to each other 24/7 in the hood. But this dude just took one of y'all brothers out, and y'all ain't rallying together with y'all guns that y'all got illegally from them to go and do whatever you got to do to get the vengeance and justice that you need. Like, if that's what you truly want to do, and you really want that true justice to avenge one life for another, people been saying eye for an eye. It's not eye for an eye. It's you making us hurt more because we're in the pandemic. People are on unemployment right now. There's not many jobs out there. 24 Targets got closed down. That's how many jobs? All the people that's up and down just Broadway alone in South Minneapolis, all those jobs. And most of those jobs are ran by who? Us, either a Mexican, maybe an Asian or two.
Yep.
So predominantly us. So if you think about that, you're taking that away from us too. But is that your sacrifice, or is you just doing it because you're not educated enough to know better? Do you have to always play the hand that you're dealt? You can throw it in and say, "I want another hand,"
Well,
or try to play the best you can with that one. But I just don't understand it. Why I get you, brother, what you said. Why haven't they? That's my question too.
And I see, like Sheila Sherry said, these fools is taking this way too far. What they are doing now isn't about George. They are destroying our own hoods. Then they will never be rebuilt. Los Angeles is a hot damn mess right now. And that's what I was just about to say. Thank you, Sheila. Because what I was going to say is some of the people who are doing things out here, it ain't for the cause. It's for their cause. It's for their cause. A lot of people, they out here, they protesting, they trying to be peaceful. They might set a match on the police station, but the rest of them out there that's doing the targets and that's for their cause. They're going in, they're stealing. They needed a new TV anyway, so they're like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. So a lot of these people who are taking these actions, and then that's when the police, they have to get out, they have to shoot them with rubber balls or whatever you call them things, or mace them or tear gas, because a lot of these people, they out for themselves. They're out for them. They ain't thinking about George. They think about that 50-inch TV. They think about them rims they stealing from the tire store. They thinking about what they want. And that's what I don't like. Like, if you're going to protest, if you're going to riot, do it the right way. There's no reason why you should be affecting the healthcare of people who probably can't go too far to go to the clinic or to the hospitals. It is, that part is ridiculous, and I don't like it. Like Candace, her friend and her friend's wife, they just had their store burned yesterday, and they sell all kind of stuff from shirts, hats. I mean, they just sell all kind of, different things in their store to the community. And they thought they were vigilant enough and, stood watch and everything. But all it takes is 20 minutes of not being there, 30 minutes of not being there, and not being able to stay there. We black on, please don't torch us. And they shop got burned.
And they were there. I'm sorry, T.
Go ahead.
They were there. She hadn't even got no sleep for 3 days. They wasn't even playing no games. You see what I'm saying? And even that's getting back. And I'm sorry because I've been in and out, and I'm sure you touched this about the whole white supremacy thing being there, coming there, and this whole new civil war thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all of this is just crazy on so many levels. It's just, it's insane.
And that's another thing too. Like, you're not only you're calling yourselves getting justice for the life of George Floyd and all the other black lives that have been taken since the stupid cops, right? Now you're putting more black lives at jeopardy too, for two reasons. We're rioting, even if the white supremacists started it and they open up the break-in, set fires, and you go in looting. Guess what? When the cops come around, who they gonna target out first?
The black.
Who they gonna pop first?
You already know.
Secondly, you're taking from your own mouth. On top of all of that, when you go to jail, Who's going to get the worst rap right now with our current judicial system? You are. A lot of the people who were writing, who got arrested too, that were like from here, if they were, when they were starting to arrest, they would ride right past the white people that with a car full of stuff and go pick up the car with the black people that were in it above them. I don't understand. I don't understand. And I read a post from one of my friends on Facebook recently, just today. She posted and said that she was in a car with her younger children, her niece and a couple of her, I guess, other nieces and nephews in the car. I don't know the specifics, but she was driving on 94, which is a major highway here, and a guy in a white guy in a car looked over at her and literally moved over her till she almost ran into like the wall of the freeway where she was spinning out in the middle of the street of the freeway, 360 with kids in the car. That's
On
that
94?
racism. And you know what? This is igniting more. Like now we're in a race war.
And
We're
now
in a war.
The KKK on the way up there, right?
They here, honey. They here. They ain't on the way. They here now.
And you
And
know,
as far as I know, I
KKK
heard the Black Panthers were here too. I heard. I haven't
Well, I
really
hope,
seen much footage on that, but
I hope somebody coming to combat the KKK, because you know we got a headquarters here in Omaha down the highway.
listen,
So,
this is making me.
Mm.
I don't care who see this footage, but this is really I could be licensed to carry if I had just went and did the class and got it. I wish I had done it because I want you to run up on me. I'm not my ancestor, and that's the mindset that I have. I love the Lord, I love Jesus, but I promise you, run up on me, run up on man, and it's going down. I promise you, I'm not going. I get it.
Keep telling me, Mom, why won't we get it?
Message I want to give to my people is if we gonna fight, let's fight right, man. If we want justice, let's do it justly. If we're gonna write and promote violence, then we have to do it the way where it's not affecting us more than it's affecting those who are at cause for it. If we feel in our heart that we ain't gonna get justice because of George Floyd from this cop, which I really strongly feel like they're gonna find something to get this thrown out. Because they're already trying too hard. So if we know that, if we feel it in our heart of hearts with what's going on already, and we really just gonna take it to the streets and be violent, which I never would condone or promote. If you're gonna do that, do it right.
Yep.
Hit them where it really, really hurts.
Cedric, you got something to say? Go ahead.
Yeah, they're trying to downgrade it to manslaughter and third. That's actually second degree.
Third degree, second degree.
And actually, it's actually second degree, and we don't know his intent. It could have been first degree, for all we know. But in the least, it's second degree.
That's what they've been saying.
Let's not downgrade that.
At least.
And let's not downgrade the rest of them that stood there. It was 3 of them kneeling on him.
They should already be
3 of them. Why are they not? Why haven't they not been arrested yet?
Well, you know what?
But you arrested the news crew. You arrested the photographer last night and the news cameraman. For what?
Well, you know what?
You arrested them quicker than you arrested this fool.
When I was interviewing that former cop earlier this evening, I had asked him about that, about the other ones that weren't arrested. He said what they're probably doing now is making deals. Because those other 3 cops knows that people is putting pressure on the police chief and that Minneapolis to press charges on them. They said, so what's most like, this is the cop that I interviewed earlier. He said what's mostly happening is those 3 cops are making deals. And they're going to come out and they're going to get some dirt. They're going to get some tea. They're going to, on the situation. And we're going to find out a whole bunch of information about Derek.
Mm-hmm.
About Derek. And it's not with the 16 investigations or 16 counts or whatever that he was, I think it was what do you call it? 16 I'm having a brain fart right now. But somebody had said that he had tried to shoot at them. He tried to kill him. And then there were 16 complaints. That's what I was looking for, the word I was looking for. 16 to 17 complaints, and he only been there 19 years. Like, you got 16, 17 complaints, and you only been there 19 years. People know something. People are going to start talking. And the Minneapolis Police Department, I hope they turn that bitch all the way upside down, because how you got somebody in there who only been there 19 years, now that's a long time, but compared to 16, 17 complaints, they done shot at somebody already filed for complaints of that, saying they tried to kill them unjustly, and then he's sitting there kneeling on this man's neck that he worked with for all these years at a club. And he's just kneeling there staring at the camera with his hands on his hips, like
I thought it was
like he just posing.
18.
Like he just posing. No, he needs more than third degree, first of all. He needs more than third degree. At least second degree. I agree with everybody else who said at least second. I don't really agree with first, because first means that before he even arrived on the scene, he was determined to kill somebody. I think that'll be a lost cause right there. If they try to do first, I know he would get off. But second, I think they could have him on second and win. But they are trying to be safe. The prosecutors are trying to be safe and do third, because they're thinking, oh, okay, we probably can't get him on first, probably on second, but third, they already trying to get him off on third, talking about because George, his underlying health conditions. Like, what do underlying? I don't care if you got asthma, I don't care if you got lupus. If somebody is kneeling on your neck with their knee and all of their weight for 10 minutes, you cannot sit there and tell me, oh, because she had lupus, she was gonna die anyway. It was her time to go. You know, that's how they making it seem like. Okay, I'm done.
Let me chime in on this.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Just look. I feel, you know, you saying that they may can get off on the first if they was to go for it. But the only thing that I see that's feasible, and equal justice is equal justice. The same way that the European broke 3 vertebrae in that man's vocal cord area.
Right.
And the other 12 that were broken in his upper vertebrae area, the same way that Freddie Gray died when he got his neck snapped when he was bouncing back on the back of that doggone van and just chained to that loop on that steel damn floor. The same exact way that Mr. Whatever the hell Chauvin, I can give a rat's ass what his name is. Him and every individual one, including the ones that look like us that has killed, including that coon ass nigga that out there that said that, oh, it's gonna be a closed casket on this one, from the brother that was in Indianapolis. That happened to be the little army brother that said, man, I'm just out here clowning. What y'all come and get me? But him too. It wasn't no European that said that, oh, it's gonna be a closed casket. He didn't know. Every single last one. It has nothing to do. I will feel more comfortable, me personally, not in my opinion, but just actual facts and just my outlook on it. You violate the law, and I'm not talking about, once again, the United States corporation. I'm not talking about these people with this fictional bullshit. I'm talking about the supreme law of the land, the constitutional law of the land, overrides the ecclesiastical and the canon law and all that other bullshit that they come up with, this fictitious bullshit. I'm talking about the laws that govern the universe and God himself, which is the constitutional law is based off the supreme laws of the universe, which is self-preservation is laws, nature. Self-preservation is nature's first law. Okay, so on that note, since you are wearing a shiny badge and some tight ass, them is the original skinny jean, whatever the hell them damn things is, and a whole nine. You're walking around with taser, billy club, pistol, with extra rounds, not one but two. You're using 40 grains. And if you have military experience or if you know what 40 grain bullets can do to a human body, because the further away that you are or the farther that bullet can travel, the more devastating it is.
Yeah.
Who will tell you that? Why is it that y'all are only law enforcement or military or whatever, or in the security enforcement professionals, and the only one that can purchase these type of level of ammunition? Why? Peep this out. Do y'all not know that they were prepared for all this? Do you not know that here, maybe in the last 5 years, don't you know that the Department of Social Security and the Treasury Department ordered over 1 billion 40 caliber Jack and the Hollow Point rounds? What the fuck does the Department of Social Security and the IRS security agents need with 1 billion 40 caliber hollow point rounds? Why? Because they know this shit is about to go. Why they protecting all the Social Security offices and the IRS offices and all that bullshit in all these other cities? Come on, man. They know. I'm almost done, sir. I'm almost done.
Yeah, I think T wants to say.
Listen, they don't want this film. They don't want this publicized, because they're even like the reporters and stuff that are showing up to the protest or whatever, even though we have a curfew, they're the only ones allowed to be on the scene without a past curfew. They're even letting them be gassed, even after showing credentials and things. So that tells me reporters, journalists, yes, I'm looking at it now. They just said it, that they've been arresting them, arresting photographers, arresting reporters. Like, this is so big.
That's against the I mean, how they gonna arrest the reporters?
Even after showing their credentials, they have somebody, I don't know who on the team, because I'm not listening, but I'm just watching, giving a live covered speech about it.
Because the police, they about to do some stuff up there.
They are, and
like,
I'm sorry,
they don't got a KKK and everybody up there.
Oh, I want to know how to share this to the screen. I just got a message in my group chat text about the KKK being at some hotel in North Minneapolis.
Where? Right now. Oh my God.
I don't know how to.
Is it on the is it somebody on your Facebook who shared it?
They shared it to our group text message chat.
Is it a link?
It's an actual Facebook post.
Is it a link that you can actually? Is it a link? Can you like post it on Facebook and tag Candace? Since y'all Facebook, you and her Facebook friends, right, Can? Okay. Because I was gonna say if she can, Antonio, you can't show the news screen in the background because we can get a copyright.
I'm on my oh, you right, my bad. My bad.
We get a copyright for showing, yeah.
So, oh, really? Oh, that's how they try to do you. That's how they try to do you.
If you if you play a TV show in the background, we can get a copyright.
They want to do that bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. It's my bag.
It's okay. But if T can share the video, the news clip
link
on Facebook and tag Candace, then I can get it.
I can only read it. I can't do shit.
I don't know what's going on with T. They must be messing with it. Yeah. They must be messing with it up here in Minneapolis.
Who runs the telecommunication joints up in Minnesota?
I don't know, but they arresting the reporters.
Is it Cox Cable or Spectrum or who runs the Cox Cable network? Comcast. Oh, you already know. Come on, man. You already know what time it is then. That's why her shit fucked up. Comcast is the king of Cox Cable, and suddenly down here in Texas is the baby Cox Cable.
Yes, because I can't stand.
They trying to keep y'all from going live. Period. T. They trying to keep y'all from going live up there. Period.
Oh, listen, they've been interrupting lives a lot too. And
That's what I'm
any
saying.
lives that people, because there's been so much footage from people going live on scenes and what's going on. The video I told you about my friends, her son who exposed that cop. How about she told me that the cops are now they were targeting him after that. The girl who actually recorded the video, 17-year-old girl that recorded the video of him kneeling on his neck. They have that girl, like, they want her to be like protected because they afraid that they're gonna come after her. When I tell you this thing is massive, like on so many levels, it's so many things in play. You can't really pinpoint and say it is this or it is that because there's so many different things in play. But I do feel like, I'm sorry, that with everything that's been going on since 2020 hit, matter of fact, we said before. Yeah, I can hear you. Whoever said that.
Can we just be done with 2020? I just want to.
But this started in 2019 though, like literally, because I remember hearing about Corona, right? And then all of a sudden there was a whole pandemic come 2020, but people were sick in 2019, like towards the close to the end of the year, and with the same symptoms that they're saying is the Corona symptoms, and now we have all of these things. We have all these things trickling down.
Said, did you say you can't hear her?
Yeah, I can't hear her.
You might have to back out and go. You might have to back out.
I've had that problem too when I come out and come back in too.
Yeah, Said you might have to come back out and come back in. But I think I'm gonna matter of fact, I think I'm gonna try. Candace, we're gonna have to do some we're gonna have to do some we're gonna have to practice because I think I'm gonna try a different streaming system like Zoom or something like that.
Oh, Zoom is pretty good. Zoom and Google Duo is pretty decent.
See, we can't use Google Duo on YouTube though.
Can we do Zoom?
Oh, okay.
We can use Zoom on YouTube, but this StreamYard it's just sometimes it just has some technical difficulties and it's really a pain in the butt. So I am thinking of we might have to do some test streams.
Sherry said CNN is showing everything right now, and I believe that's what bro got it on. Is that what you got it on?
Yeah, that's what my bad. I was gonna say, but Zoom. I'm gonna tell you because we meet on Zoom like at least average of 4 times a week.
Yeah,
like real talk. I've been dealing.
Zoom is straight. I think Zoom is straight.
It's cool, but if you want it longer, because what it'll do is after so many minutes, maybe about 30 to 45 minutes, just depends. It'll kick you off. You got to log back in. So basically, that's the free pay part of it.
Oh, okay.
If you pay a little bit on the Zoom, it's unlimited. It ain't much. I mean, shit.
That's cool because I pay $25 a month. I pay $25 a month for StreamYard. So I'll try Zoom because this StreamYard is
so bro, is that what you?
But this ain't bad though. This ain't bad because you know what? Like I said, I won't only be able to log in whenever you show a link on YouTube. Because right now, when I say that they got me locked, the next time I'm gonna get 30 days.
You lock like that?
You need a
wait a minute.
I can't even post I cannot even post on my wife's fucking Facebook page for her birthday in less than an hour and 7 fucking minutes. I got a problem. Like I said, there's certain things that I said, my wife had to check me because I said something.
Bro, what did I miss?
He got blocked on Facebook for posting about
Facebook jail. I thought that was a myth. This a real thing?
Huh? Oh, it's a girl.
This shit is real.
I've been in there.
About the police that I was in Baltimore when I was telling y'all earlier about the sister. She was a lot of, Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna send it to you, but you know how Facebook do when you say something. They want you gotta go up on that side 3 dots and push to view the original post. Because a lot of times if you go to that post, it's going to show some other bullshit. But if you go up to that little 3 dot up there in the corner when you go to the original video and say, I want to see view the original post, it'll show you. But basically, it was something going on out there. I think it was a protest or whatever in Baltimore. There was a European cat. Real talk. Whatever. The sister, like whatever, like I said, she gave him the business, like y'all sisters do. She gave him the business. She gave him the right hand, then she gave him the left hand. That means I'm gonna tap you. Don't run up on me. He pushed her hand back. Like even the cop, the white boy that did this, like, whoa, what you doing? But here come that old coon ass nigga. Knocked his own sister out. Sis, he gave her, listen to me, he gave her a Rashad Evans. I'm talking about that. Yeah, going out. Chin, all that, you're going out.
Antonio be so animated.
Out. I mean, y'all think I'm playing, man. I'm talking about out. So it's like, even the European that she has slapped twice. This is a cop with a gun and a taser in the club. Even he like, whoa, you know, he like, what the damn, like, damn, that's my mama slap. Like, what the fuck? Here come old stiff and fetch it. And then when a brother run up out the crowd, like, no, nigga, let's go. Then he wanna step back. Man, fuck these dudes, man. And I got uncles and all of them that's retired fucking guys. Fuck all of them. Don't take it personal, y'all. But fuck them all. Ain't my problem. Y'all have signed that level of dealing with, you took an oath and you broke it. It's all about the average constable on patrol in the United States of America makes an average of $49,000 plus starting off. So you do the math.
Well, you already know how I feel, bro. Excuse me.
$49,000.
How I treat them.
Well, what you gotta say, T?
Facebook.
Did you send
I'm
it
about
to
to
me,
be
sis?
done. So I stay. Not yet. I stay on Facebook for a number of years. That's my platform to get out stuff I want, you know, to share things and sometimes entertain. But I'm leaning to the part of getting off of Facebook because of all the things that I keep hearing about Mark Zuckerberg and his ties to Donald Trump and how he works with this, and that, and how they share our information, and this whole big thing with Twitter and how they verify like fake news and fake this and that, so they wouldn't allow Donald Trump to say, you know, they took out the fake part and left the public the truth. But Facebook won't do that. Mark Zuckerberg won't do that. And so, like, but they have rights to all of our photos and this and that.
Exactly.
I've been really for a while now considering if I want to get off of that platform.
Sis, I'm
Get
sorry.
It just be too much conspiracy stuff. Like I've been on a, like, trying to write a post. And it could be a religious, spiritual post.
I'm sorry to interrupt because Facebook is the FB without the I. And I hope they hear me.
I ain't never heard that
FB
before.
without the I.
I ain't never heard that before.
I have been in the middle of posting a post that was
Hell
important for other people to know, and they will not let it post. Like, disappear.
Oh my mama,
into
it'll just right appear.
Well, you know what, T? Get you a YouTube.
Well, I'm gonna need y'all to help me figure out, because I got a lot I need to say. I help a lot of people.
I help a lot of
Dad,
people all the time set up their YouTube channels. I help a lot of people.
And I don't need no money. I just want a platform where I can speak my truth and help other people the way they need to be helped, and, you know, give back to what's been given important to me. I don't care about money. If money comes fine, if not, whatever.
The one thing about YouTube, unless you killing somebody or assaulting somebody, like really assaulting somebody live or something like that, you can post whatever you want.
So that means, like, if we was whooping a cop's ass on YouTube, would they show that too?
You know how many videos I done posted of people molly whopping and molly stopping people? Like, you
I'm already knowing.
No, for real. I mean, for real. And you gotta be like killing somebody live. Like, you gotta be like, it gotta be so gross and so before YouTube takes it down. So you can post almost anything that you want. You can post people having babies. You can post all kind of stuff on YouTube.
It's like World Star.
It's like, right. And if it's really something that's a mature adult nature, all you gotta do is mark that particular video mature adult nature. That's all you gotta do on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of people have went to YouTube because Facebook be tripping. And Facebook is connected with Twitter. So Mark Zuckerberg or whatever his name is, I'm just saying, whatever his name is,
I can't wait to catch his ass. I'm gonna catch him whether he's in Menlo Park, California. I'm gonna catch him. No, I'm gonna catch him or one of his executives personally. And that ass is gonna be
for a week. I done been in Facebook jail for 2 weeks. I done been in Facebook jail for a month. I done been in Facebook. I got like four Facebook pages because of the fact that I used to be in Facebook jail all the time.
Here's the thing that I have an issue with too. There's no authenticity to Facebook.
Right.
Like Twitter has it to where you know if you're following the real person or the real celebrity or whatever. Facebook doesn't have that. Somebody hacked my page and had a whole new page under my name that was getting all these different harassing things years ago. And I'm like, how are you able to go on my page and just pull all my stuff and just do this and make it like it's me when it's not me? If that alone is
you gotta be damn near a celebrity and to get that kind of it's kind of like with YouTube. It's easier on Facebook to duplicate someone. But on YouTube, like if you're a celebrity, once you get to so high of a status on YouTube, so many followers, you can apply to YouTube to have your account authenticated or something like that. And you ever been on somebody's page or account and you said something there that lets you know this is really the actor, the celebrity, you know what I mean? It has like a star next to it or something like
some indication,
it's been indicated, it's something confirmed. That ain't on Facebook. Facebook don't care about that. For one, they ain't making no money off of people.
If my 12-year-old can get an account because they lied about their age, then hey.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all know how much Facebook makes off of everybody y'all know how much Facebook makes off of us annually a year?
How much?
Now, this is something that was revealed to me and my wife, like, what was that, last year?
Yeah.
At least annually, out of their revenue, they're breaking in over $25 billion annually just off of our personal information alone. Every single fucking doggone Facebook individual account. Everybody. Just like, I bet y'all didn't know that the bank makes a $1,500 profit off of every $100 that you have in your bank account annually. You do the math. And there's over how many people in this country that got bank accounts? They make over $600 million. $600 million annually just off of overdraft fees. We're not talking about NSFs. We're not talking about closed account fees and all that. We're just talking about overdraft. Come on, man. Who winning?
I'm putting my money in the ground. I'm putting my money under the dirt.
Okay.
Once again.
But what did somebody say?
Where's the man said, where's the black leadership?
And that's what we were talking about earlier when I was interviewing that cop. Like, we don't have, and last night when we went live on our Friday Night Live show, which is a no topics off limits show every Friday, we was talking about where are the Black Panthers? Where's the Martins? Where's the Malcolms? We don't, do we have anybody left?
You your biggest leader. You
That's
are
right.
your biggest warrior.
It starts with you. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I got what it takes. I don't think I got what it takes to lead the nation. I mean, to lead the peoples.
Let me tell you something. That's the problem. We've been led enough. Everybody still want to be a sheep and still sucking on booby milk, or we want to be the big dogs and jump your ass off the goddamn porch. And let's get it. Stop playing.
I'm glad to see that I've seen some black leadership here, but it's just like it's not strong enough in number. Most of it's coming from the pastors.
Why you sound like Samuel Jackson right now, though?
Who, me?
No, Antonio. He just
that's my guy, bro. But it's the truth.
Antonio is just like, get out there, do it.
And the key part about it
about Pulp Fiction right now.
I've been there and I have did it. That's the key. So it's no fear in me. No real talk. Like with these people, dealing with these people, man, there's no fear in me at all because we're all humans. But at the end of the day, you are not going to disrespect and totally violate my human right and divine to live. You're not going to whoop my ass, take me to jail or whatever, prosecute me, get money off of me, financially ruin me, turn around, go slob and drool on your wife, and I gotta sit up in here with a bunch of other hard necks and fuck around and get sentenced to some other shit. No, fuck you, pay me. You either gonna run, you gonna get the hell away from me, or they ain't gonna find your ass in an unknown 36x8. And if you know what a 36x8 is, everybody's gonna have a 36x8 at the end of their doggone me career on this planet. So they can figure it out now, or they can figure it out then. You feel me?
Miss Sislo said there are a lot of black leaders, guys. They are out there on the front lines.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like, and especially like I know in Atlanta, like I saw a video coverage of the Atlanta mayor and T.I. and I think it was Killer Mike yesterday talking about the Atlanta riots that are going on in their city. And I know here in Minnesota, most of the leadership that I've seen is from the black community activists and pastors and people who are well known in the communities who have connections and connect, and like the people in the hood respect them and listen to them. Like
I think
my pastor is a well-known pastor.
I think it's just that people don't see them.
But see, they've been on the news too.
Some of them have, but it's like, okay, on a normal basis. I guess I can say on a normal basis, who are they and where are they? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure there's people even here in Omaha pastors who might be out there rallying or protesting, but on the level that it used to be back in the day, where you knew who all of them were. You knew where they came from. You knew their background, their college degrees, what they went to school for. You know what I mean? Like now it's like, it might be like a pastor in this city, a pastor in that city, but we need actual people out there, like actual leaders.
And this is what I've been trying to find out too. Like all of the black people we've put in the office now, here in just in Minnesota alone, all the people who they're black lawyers, they're mayors, they're city councils, they're this, they're that. I haven't seen their presence a lot here, and maybe because I might have missed it in a shuffle, but I haven't seen them speaking out on the way this is being handled, the outrage that we're experiencing, the response that we're giving. Like I haven't seen, and this is what I mean. They haven't stood up.
Right.
They haven't stood up because they feel lost of their jobs or whatever the case may be. But it's time out. Like
it's time to get noticed. It's time to get noticed. That's what we need. We need to know. We need a pinpoint. We need to know exactly who it is that's out there, that's standing in the gap. Like in the people you talking about in Minneapolis, I haven't seen them. They could be out there talking to people, you know, doing this, doing that behind the scenes. But we are, as a community, from I don't know how long, we've always been able to say it's just certain names that you just hear.
Right.
Top of your head. And you be like, oh, when anything happens, we know they coming through. We know they gonna be on the front line. We know they gonna raise money. You know, we know they gonna talk to the president. We need to know
this. You know who I haven't seen? And it could, because I don't know if he's and correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody who has seen it, Bobby Joe Champion. Right?
Where is Bobby Joe Champion?
I haven't seen Bobby Joe Champion since when he came to church the last time to talk about whatever elections coming up.
Excuse me, what's her name works for his office? Excuse me.
Okay.
What's her name? Brian's wife.
Oh, she sure does.
Bree.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yep.
But yeah, I haven't seen his presence. I mean, Jesse. Reverend Al Sharpton been up here, and I heard Jesse Jackson was.
Yeah, Reverend Al Sharpton, he was up there.
Bobby Joe Champion is well known in Minnesota. Like he's a I don't even know what he is now because he had so many different offices, but I haven't heard or seen his presence during all of this. I've seen Bishop because he's well known in the North Side community, because he's one of the big top pastor bishops here. Reverend McAfee is about that life.
Right.
Reverend McAfee they got solo a lot right now. Like they ain't taking it. They standing they arms together at solo. Like I wish I would. So this is what I mean: standing together, unifying, protect our stuff, stop tearing down our stuff, and fight back. Like stop being scared. Just because you're a Christian don't mean you gotta be soft. Yeah, a lot of us gonna fight on our knees. We're gonna fight in prayer. We're gonna fight by giving back this and that. But there's some of us that's still about that life.
Right.
A lot of us are still about that life.
Like I said earlier, was it
I'm one of the softest ones you'll see. I'm all about peace. You know that, sis. Man, when it comes to my kids though, oh, I'm about that life.
Yeah.
So when they touch what's close and dear to you, if you gotta be about that life, be about that life, but be about that life in the right way where it's beneficial. It's not hurting you and not hurting your people and not hurting your pockets, but hurting where it needs to hurt to make them really see what we're trying to say, what we're trying to do and what we want. Stop being punked out here in the streets, gang, shooting up this and that. Gang on these niggas.
Right.
Like for real, if y'all gonna get about it and be about that life for real, then do it right.
Right.
Take it there.
We got all these people popping off and capping off in the hood, all these gang members
all the time.
They ready to set
where
it
y'all
off.
at?
Everybody in the hood. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Like, why?
And you know something else that's really been bothersome during all this stuff, during the whole pandemic, during this now riot, you still have black on black crime, and it's sick.
Exactly.
While we're fighting while we're sitting in the midst of fighting for our lives to matter to them, right? For them to actually see us as the people that we are, of royalty, of royalhood that we are, we're still hurting each other in the process. Carjacking, breaking in homes. Why? That's not part of the George Floyd movement or the Black Lives Matter movement or the we want you to see us and hear us and have justice for us like you do for everybody else movement. Where is it? And that's what infuriates me. It's like I love our people, but some of them make me really ashamed to call myself black with the way they do things. And I'm like, I don't want to pass judgment because you don't know their story at the same time. It's the work in progress. I get it. But the problem is that what I see is that they've let this other new generation come in and just give them free reign to do whatever they want. With no remorse. And some of us, these younger us's, they don't have no remorse. They don't have no respect for elders, for themselves, for each other. It's just not there. And I get it. It's a lack of what it should have had gotten over here. They didn't. The system failed them over here. I get that. But at some point, you still got to make a choice to say, I want better. I want to see my people thrive. I want to be changed to the point of not being a part of the problem.
Right. And somebody in the chat said the problem is there are modern day leaders, but they're unknown by many. And that is a problem. And it's like, I think a lot of people want to be leaders, or a lot of people want to get associated or attached to the leaders, like the Malcolms and, the MLKs and, the other prominent, whether it's a pastor, whether it's a attorney or a mayor, governor, or whoever, just a civil activist. People want to be involved, but they don't even know who to associate themselves with.
Yep.
So I think the leaders need to be more vocal and need to be more out there so that people can know who they are, so that they could get support. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, like when shit happened back in the day, it wasn't like one person, like it wasn't Al Sharpton all by himself over here. It wasn't Jesse Jackson all by himself over here. It wasn't, they was together. They was deep. It would be like 50, 100, 200 pastors. They was deep.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just not like that anymore. So people is always wondering, like, if the police, even the black ones, the ones who look like us, if they not looking out for us, then who can we depend on? And that's why people be like, where are the leaders? Where are they at? It's like it seemed like we just got too relaxed. Like, okay, after slavery ended, then after slavery was really truly abolished, and then in the 50s and the 60s, after we finished segregation, and it's like people just got too relaxed. People just got too relaxed, and we don't have these leaders that we used to have anymore because people got too relaxed. But the dream that Martin Luther King had, it hasn't came true yet. And that's why I said the other day, we done lost
exactly.
Sight. We done lost sight of Martin Luther King's dream. We really have. And I know nobody's perfect. Even MLK wasn't perfect. He had affairs. He did this and that and the third.
Yes, speak on it.
But what he stood for, and the dream that we all wanted to see happen and come into fruition, it still hasn't came into fruition because we don't have those leaders anymore to try to take that candle, take that light, that torch, and carry it on. Where are they? That's all I'm asking is where they at. Step up to the plate. Come out on the sidewalk. Let yourself be known. Go ahead, Sid.
We got Ben Carson.
Wow, Sid got jokes. Sid got jokes.
Sid,
I'm sleeping. I'm tapping out.
I just came back into the conversation, and that's some bullshit.
What you say?
I'm sleepy.
I had to lighten the mood.
It's okay, Sadie. It's okay, but you still fired. I know it's almost 11:30. We've been on here like 2.5 hours. Me and Candace, we be trying to keep it 2 hours or less. We be trying to keep it 2 hours or less, but sometimes we just get to going and going and going. But is there any last words you want to say, T? I'm gonna allow you to give the last words, T, because you are a special guest. The rest of us been on here many times, but you are our special guest, and you are coming in from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So you are seeing things in real life, in real time, and an eyewitness to what's going on. So is there any last words that you want to say tonight?
The last words that I and my man that are ringing out in response to the where are the leaders and where are they? It's they have to be rebirthed. They have to be found and poured into and nurtured and taught and they have to want it. We have to, our generation now, us, the ones that are in our age, our bracket, our 40s and up and all that, we have to be the example. And the problem is a lot of us that are my age, it's like they reversed it. It's like the roles have been reversed. Like the elders are acting like the kids now and the kids are acting like the adults. And it's like we got to reverse that back. I was listening to a man on KMOJ this morning, and he was talking about the 21. Where did it say the 21? The 21 standards for a healthy African American community. And everything that he was saying was so profound. And the main thing I could hear ringing out loud in there was each one teach one. It's never going to get better. The Bible tells us to be fruitful and multiply. And what that means, it doesn't mean have sex and have babies. Okay, it means that, but that's not all it means. Be fruitful and multiply means what I give you, the talents, the skills, the abilities, the knowledge, the wisdom that you acquire over your life that I've allowed you to have. Once you obtain that, your responsibility is to pour it back to the next person. Mm-hmm. And it says like you're supposed to teach your child in the way they should go. It doesn't mean the child you birthed. It just means train up a child in the way they should go. It doesn't mean you got to bam the Christianity down their throat, but teach them the right morals of respect and of leadership and of what it means to be a good citizen and a good human being. Teach them how to pour out and share what they learn to other people, because as a community and as a people, we are not going to grow if we don't learn how to stop being, oh, I got the best car, I got the best house, I got the most money, you ain't slagging like me. Stop that. Put your stuff together, partnership with each other, connect with each other, build wealth together. That's what it's going to take. Love, togetherness, unity, sticking together, and stop being so hateful. Because hate only breeds more hate. Violence breeds more violence. There's a time for everything. And right now, it's the time for what we're experiencing, even though we don't like it. But I choose to believe that there's a greater plan at hand. And so I'm going to try to keep my mind focused on that and trying to be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. So that's just the last thing I want to say was everybody watching, whoever's listening, be a part of the solution. We don't like what we're experiencing. It hurts on so many levels. There's nothing we can do about it to change it except be a part of the solution. Whatever thing you can do in any capacity to help, to teach, to stop, do it.
Yes, I agree. And Miss Cisco Newsworthy
Yes,
update, she
yes.
said, amen. I absolutely agree with what you just said. And I totally appreciate everybody who came on to the show tonight, including T. You are
Thank
always
you.
welcome here on
Yes,
the Hood
T.
Table T. You are always welcome here. I'm
You
gonna have to
get
look you up on Facebook. We're gonna have to become Facebook friends. So I'm gonna have to find you on
Yes.
Candace or something.
Candace, help her find me. It's, help her find me on
I
Facebook because I
got you.
got some stuff I got to
Yeah,
share with her. And
I got you.
I believe in building connections. We can't say we can do, if we was looking at everything by ourselves, we wouldn't have a body that needs to survive of every other thing from the head to the toe. So
exactly.
as a community, as a family, as a people of the human race, we have to learn how to utilize each other's every role that we have been given together and collectively to
Exactly.
succeed.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Thank you, T. Thank you, Candace.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Ted. Thank you, Tony.
Steph,
You guys
And
stay blessed, stay
Antonio.
safe. I'm praying for y'all.
Steph, likewise.
Yes, and we are
Yes.
praying for y'all too because y'all really are at the center of everything, and everything outside of that. We working on y'all force. We working
Yeah.
on y'all spirit. We working on y'all. I mean, what y'all doing there is really affecting the world, and some of it might not be good, and some of it might be good. But it's the energy from Minneapolis is affecting the entire world. And if you don't take nothing else from this, T, just know that not only the United States, not only our nation, but outside of our country, they are everything they do. It's all comes back to what happened in your community.
Yeah.
So y'all got support out there. Sometimes it's not the right support. But y'all do have support out there, so y'all not alone. Y'all not alone. Okay.
That's good to hear. I appreciate that. One last thing, what I appreciate too is like the people. I have a lot of white friends too. I have friends of all different ethnicities. I'm an eclectic person in general. I love everything and everybody as much as I can. For them to actually reach out to me to ask me if I'm okay, for them to send me cash apps here, I heard what happened. I see y'all struggle. And it is sincere. It's authentic. It's not that fake Minnesota niceness, because we got Minnesota niceness here too, which is why this is part of being able to happen. But to see that they really genuinely care. My mom had a stroke in February, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let y'all go. And I had no idea what to do. It was the first time I experienced my parents being sick of any magnitude, and it broke me, and I had a hard time. It caught me at a point where financially I wasn't ready to make that trip to Chicago to go and do what I had to do for a week and take off work, but I did. And the people that I work with, those white people, those doctors, those people that I work with for the last 8+ years, they stood up and they made sure that I was able to go see my mom, get there and get back without worrying about a single thing, whether it was food, gas, plane ticket. They bought me a plane ticket there and back. So when I say you can't group everybody in one bowl and say that because this person in that, this person, like all Christians aren't the same. I don't even identify with that anymore for a good reason. Every culture or race, every culture, not every person in that culture or that race is the same or behaves the same. So we got to stop looking at that as a bubble and look at the bigger picture. There are still some good. And if we look to see the good in people and continue to spread the good like a wildfire, we'll be on to something.
Exactly. And somebody commented in the chat, they said they hollering at y'all from Singapore.
Thank you. Yes.
He said we support you all. He said we support you all from Singapore. That's how far, that's how outstretched what's going on right here in the United States, in Minneapolis. Like I said,
World's
everybody
watching.
might not be reacting the right way when it comes to rioting and stuff, but you guys are being truly supported. I support y'all, and I pray that it ends well. I hope nobody dies. I hope the charges come on those other three. I hope, basically, the bottom line for me is whatever the family wants. I hope the
Sister
family
right here, man.
they
She's
want.
just sitting here looking right like.
You know, I hope the family is what they want. That's the bottom.
You.
Yeah.
You know, we can say
Call me.
It's all on the family what they want. That's the bottom line. But thank you, T. Thank you for coming on. We're gonna have to have
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Because I know that
I gotta say this too.
Mm-hmm.
T, you know I love y'all. You know, Minneapolis is my other home because Omaha is home. But when I left Omaha, and bro know this too, I ran to Minneapolis, and that's where I got it up there. So I hate that I can't be there. It's so many things that I wish that I could do, but I'm there with y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I love y'all. So, however, whatever I can do, you know what we do, sis. I'm a phone call
It's
away.
my second home too, you know.
So
Yeah.
I'm a phone call away, a FaceTime, a
Yes.
duo. You know it. So,
Yes,
and bro, I
ma'am.
will call. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Miss Sislo, thank you.
Yes, we all gonna keep you in prayer. Love y'all.
We love you too.
She's one of my moderators, and she also a great YouTuber. So if y'all want to check out her YouTube channel, I love me some.
Okay.
But she always says, "Love you all on purpose, and ain't nothing you can do about it." I'm gonna end off on that note. Everybody, stay safe, be blessed, stay healthy. T, I'm gonna hit you up on Facebook, and we're gonna talk a little bit later because I know this isn't all over.
Definitely.
I know a lot of things is going to happen from now on. So I definitely want to connect with you outside of YouTube.
Definitely.
I just want to say one thing.
Definitely.
Basically, whenever the days, I don't know, you on here every day, sis?
Me, almost. If not every day, almost.
All right, well, there's the only way y'all gonna hear from me unless you got my number, because right now, Mark Zuckerberg and them jackass clowns over there got me on lockdown. So this is the only time I'll be able to talk.
Bro, you got the same number?
Tony,
you got the same number?
You got sis now. You got my wife number, right, sis?
Yes, she got the same
number. 210
number.
joint. Yeah, the 210. The 210. If not, I'll just inbox it. But anyway, hey y'all, I appreciate y'all. Love, Tanya, Miss T. May Allah bless y'all and y'all be safe.
Yes.
Brother Ted, hey brother, already, man. Keep it already what you do. You know what I'm talking about? Sis, give us a call. Like, I want to talk some shit to you right now because you up there looking like mama, like you on that codeine and that Sprite at there. You know what I'm talking about? You over there leaning right now. You know what I'm talking about? Well, anyway, hey.
All right, bro.
I'm going to see y'all the next joint, man. Like, real talk, man. Peace and love, y'all.
All right.
Peace.
All right. Give me a call when you get a chance.
Love y'all.
One.
Already.
Love y'all. Good night.
Calling out 531 number, bro.
All right. We out.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Call me, sis, right now. Already.
I said.